All right, everyone, thank you for joining me today. My name is Whitney Puckett, and I'm the Assistant Director of Communication and International Admission for Hollins University. I appreciate your time and attention today as I go through our virtual admission overview. I'll start by just having you, if you have your phone handy, I have this QR code for you to scan. This will allow you to receive a PDF that you can then save or email to yourself with some hyperlinked items, just there for your convenience. So that you don't have to jot down, for example, our Instagram handle, or it'll easily connect you to our YouTube channel. It also gives you my contact information if you want to follow up with me after this presentation, and some links on our website to things like our virtual tour and our international admission page. So I'll give you just a second to scan that with your phone. And like I said, you can either save it or you can email it to yourself so that you have it for later on. Okay, so Hollins University, here is an overview of our campus. We have a rather large campus. It's about 475 acres, and you can see the Blue Ridge Mountains in the background here, as well as the main part of our campus. We are located in Roanoke, Virginia, which is about 3 hours by car from Washington, D.C., and we are right up in the hills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. We're at a pretty convenient location in proximity to other major cities that you may be familiar with or may want to visit. So many of our national airports are close by, an easy driving distance, or a short Amtrak ride away. And you can see here, Roanoke, if you're not familiar with our city, we are a medium-sized city. We are growing in population and popularity. Our region has about 320,000 people, give or take. We have our Roanoke Regional Airport, which is very close to our campus, just a short shuttle ride away. We also have an Amtrak station and a Greyhound bus station. Our downtown it's a really charming downtown. There's lots of shopping, there's great food, great restaurant selection. And we have a ton of outdoor adventures. So if you are an outdoor enthusiast, this is a really great location. We have world-class mountain biking, whitewater rafting, hiking, camping, just all kinds of outdoor programs for you. We also are very close to other major universities, one of which is Virginia Tech, you may be familiar with. We're only about 64 kilometers from them, so it's a short, less than an hour car ride down the road. Many of our students will coordinate via social media with students from other nearby campuses. So not just Virginia Tech, but we also have a rather large community college in the area, which is Virginia Western Community College. And then there's also Roanoke College, which is just down the road from us. So both of those are within 20 minutes of our school. And then there's probably 5 to 10 off the top of my head, other schools inside of an hour drive from us. So it's a great central location in Southwest Virginia where you're able to basically enjoy a lot of the experiences that you would want in both sort of a small remote school, you've got great natural surroundings, but also the proximity to a lot of other students and a lot of big city or more urbanized area attractions. So in terms of what we can offer you as a student, our top programs for international students at least are listed here for you. Now these are obviously not our only top programs. We are known especially for our English and creative writing programs, and we have more than, I believe there are 29 different majors and then 30 minors, 14 concentrations. So we have many different options for you to choose from. These are just a small selection of our top programs that international students tend to be looking for. So strong biology program, and we also have pre-professional programs, 5 in total, but in particular with biology, we have pre-med and pre-vet pre-professional programs that are attached to that. We also have a business program, which includes concentrations, and we also have an economics major, which also includes concentrations. These can all be mixed and matched, so it's very easy and very common for students at Hollins to double major. So you might have a student that's double majoring in both business and economics, or maybe majoring in business with a minor in economics and a concentration in data science. So there's lots of different ways that you can build a program that is appropriate for what your future plans are. Psychology is another program that a lot of students are attracted to and take advantage of, including our clinical and counseling skills. And then math and data science is growing in popularity, especially with students that are interested in computer programming. This allows you to get an undergraduate degree that transfers very easily, very quickly, actually, to a master's degree in computer science. And we actually have graduate school agreements in place with Virginia Tech's College of Engineering and Computer Science that many of our math majors will take advantage of. And I'll speak to that more in just a few minutes. So one thing that we like to talk about, and this is going to be true with any of our women's colleges presenting today, is just the importance of getting the women's college advantage. So these are not advantages exclusive to Hollins. These are going to be advantages exclusive to all women's colleges. And one of them is just that nearly 2/3 of the students who enroll in women's colleges plan to go on to graduate or professional school. And that number is significantly higher than those students in our co-ed counterparts. Students in women's colleges just are set up for success in moving on to postgraduate degrees. And that is because women's college attendees are the most likely group of students in higher education to pursue a PhD. Among women's college alumni, 85% graduate in 4 years or less, which is compared to 55% in students at flagship public universities. And students enrolled in women's colleges also reflect a broader range of diversity than students in private co-ed institutions. So, as I said, these are not exclusive to Hollins. These are exclusive to all of the women's colleges you'll hear today, which leads to the question of why Hollins specifically. So these are sort of our most important reasons for why we think Hollins gives you a particular advantage. And the first one is this: we don't subscribe to the idea of education existing exclusively in the classroom. We like to, what we say is, get beyond the classroom. Education through experience is something that we really champion. So here are just 3 examples. We have our Baton Leadership Institute, where you can actually either take individual classes or you can actually get a certificate in leadership studies, which is a great addition to any of our programs of studies. It's frequently taken advantage of by our business students, but any major can benefit from this. We also have fantastic study abroad, study away opportunities, and we have faculty-led research at the undergraduate level. So those are all great ways to build your resume up. So you're not just leaving here with a diploma, you're leaving here ready to be a leader in your career. And another way that we really promote and champion to help you build up your career is through our internship program. This is something that we're really proud of because all of our qualified students are guaranteed internships. And because of that, 79% of our students complete at least one internship before they ever graduate. And we actually have, I think it's a little bit more than half complete more than one. And these are not internships that we have sort of pre-planned and we place every semester and, where you would be placed in an internship situation that you're not really interested in. These are internships that are sought out and set up specifically for you by our career services. And they are really fantastic opportunities to gain experience and gain resume building with national programs, nonprofits, corporations. So for example, we've had students that have interned with everything from the Center for Disease Control in Atlanta to the Library of Congress to the National Theater in New York to Estee Lauder and everywhere in between. So I really, really strongly encourage all of the students I work with to take advantage of our guaranteed internship program. The next thing speaks to the size of Hollins. So we are a small institution. Our undergraduate enrollment is right around 680 students or so. And so that means you get a lot of personal attention and a lot of personal support. We have a faculty student faculty ratio of 9:1, and an average class size of 12. So what that means is you will know your professors, they will know you. You'll frequently have them multiple times in your education career. You'll get to work with them in a very one-on-one, personalized way. You will never be just an unknown student. You'll never be just a number to anyone on campus. And that just lets you know that as you are moving through your classes, that you are always able to and encouraged to seek out help, to seek out assistance. We're able to help students design very specific courses of instruction and very specific degree programs that help you design the future that you want. So rather than you are simply put into a selection of courses that may have nothing to do with what you want to do in your life, you're able to really get your faculty involved in your future plans and take advantage of those undergraduate research opportunities or internship opportunities, even designing your own program of study that speaks to what you want to do. So that's something that I really appreciate about Hollins. And the last thing is just, we are very career focused in our preparation of our students. We have, as I said before, we have several graduate school partnerships in place. These are exclusive to Hollins students. So these can be things such as guaranteed interviews. It could be guaranteed early admission. It could be guaranteed placement. And that is a great opportunity. And we have these kind of placements for a variety of majors. So it's not exclusive to business or exclusive to science. We have many, many graduate school partnerships. 74% of our graduating F1 students will participate in OPT, which is a fantastic number and very, very high for a school of our size. And our Career Center, just going back up to this top point here, because it's related, our Career Center really works for you, not just in our internship placements, but in our career placements after graduation. They're very committed to making sure that every Hollins graduate is successful and goes on to be a leader in their field. And that's why we can say with confidence that we're not wondering whether you'll be successful. We are quite sure that you will be successful. 95% of the class of 2019 was employed or in graduate school within 1 year of graduation. So it's a fantastic number, which is why we're able to get such high accolades. The U.S. News lists us as number 102 in National Liberal Arts Colleges for their latest Best Colleges Guide. And we were also listed as number 44 for a Best Value School in that same guide. We are number 21 with top performers on social mobility. And that speaks a lot to this next slide, which is we're number 5 with our Best Alumni Network. We have an incredibly strong and generous alumni network. Not only do they provide us with financial support so that we can continue to offer very generous scholarships, but they also provide us with those internships. We're top 25 in the nation for schools for internships. And that's because our alumni network is not just broad, but it is also very involved, very committed to seeing all of our Hollins students be the very best students that they can be and build up the best resumes that they can. So the next thing that I'm going to go over here is just our application and scholarships. So to apply to Hollins, it is free. All we do is just ask you to use our Common App, and it's free to apply. It's a pretty simple, streamlined application experience, and it's real basic what we ask you to submit. So after you submit your Common App, we will ask you to submit your secondary school transcript or transcripts to us. We also need either a letter of recommendation or a secondary school report. And you can submit your SAT or ACT scores, but because of 2020 and shutdowns with testing locations, we are test optional this year. If you do have scores that you feel are complimentary of you and your candidacy as a student, then we appreciate them and will gladly accept them. But if you don't have scores or you are not confident in those scores, you absolutely do not need to worry about submitting those. And then last, students who do not have English as their language of instruction or not native English speakers, we ask them to submit English proficiency scores. And as I just said, those can be waived if English is your language of instruction. After you receive your admission decision, which usually takes about 2 weeks from the time you submit your application and documents, we try and get you a decision letter very, very quickly. So we offer conditional acceptance. And what that means is we admit you based solely on your academics. We don't take into consideration any kind of financials. So after we offer you your conditional admission letter, that's when we are looking for your I-20 documents. Those are those financial documents. And this is pretty standard for any college or university you apply to. We ask you to submit a certificate of finance, as well as a bank statement, and then a copy of your passport identification page. And that's, like I said, just for I-20 purposes. In terms of the cost of attendance, these are based on our latest numbers for this academic year, 2020 to 2021. We do not have our newest tuition numbers. Those are forthcoming. But just to give you an idea, these are the these are the costs for this current academic year: tuition, room and board, and support fees. The direct cost to be paid to Hollins is $54,410. And then indirect costs they're estimated to be about $5,600. Now, just so you understand the difference here, the direct costs are costs that are paid straight to the institution itself, but indirect costs, which are going to be costs that are associated with any school you were to attend. So it's going to be things like your books, your travel expenses, health insurance, things like that. So this is an estimate of the amount. So the total estimated cost of attendance for direct and indirect is $60,010 US. However, I will say Hollins University is very committed to providing an affordable education to all admitted students, which means 100% of international students will receive institutional aid. And the average award is $34,000 in renewable scholarships. What this means is you do not have to submit separate scholarship forms. This one over here on your left, the International Friendship Award, this is extended to all admitted international students, and it is awarded at the time of admission. So it's not a separate application, it's not separate forms or anything like that. And it's not based on financial need. It is a merit-based scholarship of a minimum of $24,000 US. It could go up all the way to full tuition, but the guaranteed minimum is $24,000. We do offer for our first year applicants the Global Commitment Scholarship. This is awarded by application. So this one on your right is a separate application with a follow-up interview. And this is for a full tuition award. So it's a very competitive scholarship. We do recommend that if you are going to apply for it, that you do so by December 1st, just for priority review. I think the actual deadline goes all the way through till February, but just to sort of get into the front of the line for that, we actually recommend that you do that by December 1st. Our deadlines in general, just so you have an idea of that, November 1st is our early decision deadline. This is a binding application. So we ask that you reserve those exclusively if Hollins is your number one choice and you are committing to come here if admitted. November 15th is our early action deadline, which is a non-binding deadline. And that just means that Hollins is one of your top universities that you're looking at, but you are not committing to coming. You're simply saying you are very, very interested. February 1st is our regular decision deadline, and all of these apply for the fall of 2021. So here at the very end, if you would like to receive more information from us, we just ask that you scan this second QR code here. This will take you to a form. You'll see there's lots of things to fill out. You absolutely do not have to fill out every single one of them, just the ones marked with an asterisk. That will allow us to have your mailing address, email, phone number. That way we can get in touch with you and send you more important information. I really appreciate all of your time today. Thank you so much for having me here. And I will actually flip back and bring up that original screen with our QR code to allow you to get some of our important hyperlinks. There it is. And that way, if you'd like to get in touch with me personally or see some of our scholarships or our international application page, that'll give you a chance to grab that document one more time